Carry the future, huh? Could this very well be my future hiking bear pistol? Could be. We're going to talk about that FN 510 Tactical. Now, it's been a long time coming, and I am a little torn. I'm excited because it is a 10 millimeter, but I am not so excited because it's FN. And y'all know I am really not a big fan of FN handguns. Now, I can stress to y'all over and over again, I love their rifles, but their handguns to me are just not the best. Now, they have showed out with a few, so you know, I give credit where credit is due, and y'all know I always do that. This one here specifically is the tactical, and we gonna find out. All right, so as you all know, they do come in a nice carrying case, which I can give them that all day long, because they give you, in my opinion, they give you exactly what it is that you need in your box, in your bag, however it is that you receive it. Now, you do have a whole bunch of additional little pieces and plates and stuff to go ahead and make your mounting situation a lot more comfortable, which I can appreciate, because there's nothing worse than trying to find a plate to fit your red dot. So they try to help you out with that, you know, in that sense. You do have some interchangeable back straps, and of course your lock and your key in your bag. Now, before we open that up, it does come with 2 magazines. We have a 22 round magazine full of that 10 millimeter round. Boy, you don't want them problems. And we also have one 15 round magazine. Again, I can say that they kind of like beef up their additions to their firearms for sure. I can say. All right, our firearm is clear, and this is what we are working with. As you can see, the FN 510 Tactical. We are running the Holosun. This is the 407C with the solar panel. I find myself leaning more towards this because I do not like the battery changes, but I have really been enjoying this red dot. So people ask me, yo, what it is that you run? I really enjoy this, this Holosun here. So let's go through the specs very quickly. Let me give you a little bit of information on it. So as you can see, we do not lose our rear sight, which is a #1 thing for me. We do have co-witnessing suppressor height sights on here. We have that threaded barrel and nice pronounced serrations in the slides on both sides, on the front of the pistol and the rear of the pistol. We are working with a 4.71 inch barrel on here. We are running that Surefire X300 on our pick space that we have under here. Now, our trigger. The trigger on FN handguns for me were super gritty, just not smooth triggers in my opinion. Now, I have heard, which I have not shot this yet, that well, yes, I have heard that they have done a good job with this trigger, but we are going to find out. My past history with them, my 509 especially, I hate it. Hate it, but hopefully we have done, or they have done, something very nice with this. Now, this is a range between 5.5 and 7.7 pounds in this trigger. So we'll see how nice and smooth that is. Now, this pistol has fully functional ambidextrous systems. So your slide release is ambi on both sides. Now, it's not very pronounced, but it's there. As you can see here, it's this would be your left side as well as your right side. They're both there, they're active. You don't have to make any changes or switch them around. Now, one other thing that has me a little bit worried, because I struggle with it in my other FN handguns, is the functional ambidextrous magazine release. Well, Yoke, why would you say that? You know, southpaw shooters matter too. Yes, they do, but for a right-handed shooter that tries to get pretty high up in that grip, for me, I find myself that I hit the mag release on the right side. So when I load my firearm, I get my grip and I find that my finger engages the mag release and it causes my magazine to fall out, which is a situation you do not want to get caught up in when you're getting ready to use your firearm, whether it's in a self-defense situation or you're trying to defend yourself from a bear. So that's one thing that I am not too fond about, but we will find out how it works here. So as I was saying, you do have your functional or your active ambidextrous magazine release. So you can engage it from both sides. You can engage it from your thumb, or you can engage it with your index finger, however it is that you choose. Now let's work down to the grip. The grip has some nice stippling on it. The stipple is not sandpaper aggressive. It's just very pronounced aggressive. So I find myself not enjoying it too much. So I'm going to take a couple shots without a glove, and I am going to take a couple shots with a glove. But you do have your sandpaper aggression right here where your thumb will actually lay. But your stipple on here is your pretty standard stipple that FN has on all of their handguns. Now, your back straps, you do have interchangeable back straps. You can switch them out for whatever it is that you like. Now I know they do have a flatter back strap, which would be this back strap here. You see how flat this back strap is compared to this one. This one has actually like a little hump in here. So whatever it is that you choose, you can switch that out for your shooting pleasures. Now, did I cover everything? I believe I covered everything as far as this goes. Slide racks nicely. We are going to find out.
So let me ask you a question.
What?
Since you do a lot of trailing, you think that can replace your 29?
Now, it may. It very well may replace it. It may. But like I said, depending on how well I do with this mag release on this other side will determine if I get out there, load my magazine, rack my gun, grip it, and shoot it. And my mag.
When you go on your trails, you actually carry a 10 millimeter.
Right, I carry the 10 millimeter when I go hiking.
That one have a bigger capacity.
Right, this one has a larger capacity, but
it's heavier.
It's heavier, and this worries me a lot. So if I get out there, load my magazine, rack my pistol, get in my position, and get ready to take a shot, and my magazine falls out, that's not nothing that I want to be messed up with. It's really not. So we will find out. We're gonna run it. We're gonna see exactly how I feel, what's going on. But for right now, as far as the feel in the hand, she feels pretty good, for sure. So like I said, we'll give credit where credit is due, and I'm a fan. So far, I'm a fan as far as the actual grip goes.
So let's run it.
So let's run it. Yeah. So I'm not sure if I mentioned this is a double action striker fire operated pistol. So let's see. All right. So I did mention we are in a safe and controlled environment. We are at the gun range. So the only thing left now to do is what?
Shut up and shoot.
You're supposed to say shut up and send them down range. Suit them up and let's send them down range. All right. Let's go in with the 22 round magazine. This is stupid big. 22 round magazine first. Oh, that looks tough. Look at that. How mean does that look? Woo! All right, so this is a full magazine. We have a full 22 in here. The magazine loaded nicely, but it was very tight. So as you can see, it's when I tried to rack the magazine, it was kind of taut. So I am just going to kind of give myself a push-pull here, like so, and take a shot. You ready? Let's see how aggressive this is. First shot, y'all. Not too bad. Okay. The aggressiveness or the recoil impulse of the gun is not bad. I'm going to tell you what I'm not enjoying. Ooh. I'm going to tell you what I'm not enjoying. Magazine is clear. Pistol is clear. I'm not enjoying the grip. I'm not enjoying the way that is like really digging into my hands. Y'all, it's cold in Miami. It's like 53 degrees.
What?
Well, not in Miami, but it's cold in Florida. I'm not enjoying that. So I'm gonna put on my glove. This is not a very thick glove. This is a quite thin glove. And we're gonna try that second magazine. See if I like it. If I don't like it, we'll just take them off. But for now, let's see. She shoots nice. I was really looking and trying to feel out that trigger. The trigger feels a lot better than my standard FN pistol triggers. So that's a good thing. She's heavy. She's heavy. But she shoots nice. All right. So while I'm loading this magazine, let's talk about that 10mm round. Now, when I first came into the game, I was like so gun-ho over the 10mm. I loved it. I wanted it. People asked me, what's your favorite caliber? 10mm. Yeah, I love it. Yes, and I did. But I quickly noticed and realized that that 10mm round will actually do a working on your wrist as you come out and just shoot and practice with it. And, you know, coming out to the range is supposed to be a very enjoyable situation. When you leave here, your wrist is not supposed to be like dying. Like, I need to go
beating it.
Yeah. Your wrist is not supposed to feel like, you know, yeah, like I've been beating it. Like I need to go wrap it because, so, and the 10mm round is quite pricey. So coming out and just having a good time is, yeah, it is what it is. You know, don't watch my pocket, but it's fun. But I find I've come down a little bit. So I would say the 9mm round for me is like that happy perfect besides the 22 to just come out and just have an awesome time at the range. So if somebody was to ask me, well, Yoke, what's your favorite handgun round? What is it that you like now? I would say the 9mm now. Because this 10mm whoop that, you know what. All right. Like I said, the magazines are kind of tight. Not kind of tight. They hella tight. They're very tight. But I'm sure as we keep loading and keep shooting, that spring will kind of give. And my gloves aren't making it any better. We'll kind of, you know, give. So let's get these loaded. I didn't mention what we were shooting today. We are shooting, this is bronze ammunition, 10mm auto, jacketed hollow points, 170 grain, 1200 feet per second. And this is what I said, this stuff.
So let me ask you a question.
Awesome, pricey. Yes, sir.
Could it replace your Glock 29?
Could it? Could it? Most definitely. Most definitely. For one, my Glock 29, I don't have, you know, my flashlight or anything on there. And I think, you know, when you're hiking, like if you have not seen the video where I was hiking and I kind of got caught, almost got caught sundown in the woods. I didn't have.
No, you did get caught.
Yeah, I didn't have a flashlight. So this actually gives me the ability to still be able to see if need be. And additions that I have on here is my Surefire and my Holosun. Without the magazine, it does have a nice weight to it. It kind of a little bit front heavy without the magazine. Once I put that magazine in, it kind of balances itself itself out. As I tell you, ounces equals pounds, but look how much, you know, balance we do have once we have that magazine in there. So that is
you dump it.
Huh? That is a plus in my opinion. Let's get these out.
Yeah, she'll keep her.
No hiccups.
She'll keep her.
Yeah. She's clear. Let's get this other magazine. As I was saying, I don't know. I want to try the feel with the flat back strap on here and see if it would minimize the actual thickness of the grip. Obviously it would because it's flat, but excuse me, see if that'll be a better feel for me. Let's drop that slide drop nicely. Ooh, that tiny one. That one there is spun. Nice. She's clear. Now, another thing I didn't mention, because I actually just paying attention here. This does not have any safeties on here. So there's no thumb safeties on either side, which I don't have a problem with at all. So, very good. Let me check that, make sure that's not loose. She feels good. She feels good. I don't know, this might bring me back in the 10mm round. I'll let you know how my wrist feels before we're done. Let's get it loaded. We got about one more magazine after these two. But so far, so good. I am very much so enjoying this. I would have usually waited until the end to make that statement. But as you can tell.
So how's the trigger?
The trigger is, as far as everything that I own, this is impressively better than the rest.
The rest of what?
My 509, my 502. Oh, well, my FNX, the trigger is pretty decent on that one. But the trigger that I complain about the most is my 509. That is horrible. Horrible. But as far as this goes, I think it qualifies to stay. Because y'all know I don't do all that extra stuff. It qualifies to stay. She's tearing that thing up. But my wrist is also getting tore up. That magazine too heavy to just toss like that. Slide went forward. No worries. Taking a lot of time to stop swinging. Damn, last one. All right, so as I was saying, we have about enough for one more magazine. She's clear. Magazine is empty. Now, I can feel it in my wrist. I can feel it. For me, that's not a good time at the range. But for the most part, I am very, very satisfied. Last magazine. She's smiling. All right, let's get these out. Man, that is a tough looking pistol. Look at that magazine. Woo! Says, who won't come test me? Who? Drop the name of that song. My wrist. Ladies and gentlemen, The pistol is clear, magazine is empty, and the FN 510 Tactical has definitely become my carry the future. If y'all don't believe me, carry the future. Most definitely, this has replaced all of my 510, all of my 10mm handguns. Now, let me give y'all a quick story. If y'all have not seen my Smith & Wesson 10mm video, make sure you go back and check that out.
Yeah, but you said carry, not your EDC, just your out.
No, it just says carry the future. So this is when I go out hiking, this is what I will carry.
Right.
So, all right. So let me give y'all a quick story. I have the Smith & Wesson 10mm, right? Super nice. I got my 300 on there. I got my Hollison on there. Really, really nice, pretty. Now, gun feels good, shoots nice, all that stuff. But I don't know what they did. They did not sit down and talk about that that recoil situation in there, because every time I take it out to the range, well, shit, excuse me, it's been twice. My actual review video, I'm out there shooting, boom, 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 boom. The red dot comes off. It didn't come off because I didn't Loctite it. It came off because it sheared at the screws. The screws actually broke off into the slide. The red dot came back, bust me on my forehead, and it was a shoot show.
Twice.
Then I took it to the gunsmith. The gunsmith had to actually machine those screws out of the slide. He was like, look, yo, don't worry about it. I'm gonna put it back for you, whatever. It was on, it was pretty again, looked really, really nice. I brought it back out to the range, took it out, took what, 2 magazines maybe, and boom, it came off again and hit me in the face. And that round, or this round, is so powerful. They, as far as putting together what it is that you need to actually make it withhold that recoil, they have done so with this firearm. So that right there has made me a believer in this FN 510 Tactical. Yes, so this will be replacing all of my 10mm pistols. I like it a lot. She shoots very, very nicely. The recoil, although is there, I feel it in my wrist, but the impulse is not crazy to where you cannot get back on target and continue to drive those shots down range, which is beautiful. I thought it was going to be obnoxious, so I was proven wrong. And I like that. I like to come out here and get proven wrong when I shoot these firearms that I really am not sure about. But this FN 510 Tactical is absolutely great. So what did y'all think? What did y'all see? How did she sound? Just listening to that boof, boof, boof. It was great. I loved it. Did a great job. Do you have one? If you do, let me know. Drop it in the comments. Have you done anything special to it? Let me know. Drop it in the comments. So with that being said, listen, Yoke Gang, if you have not yet checked out www.yokegang.com, make sure that you do pick up our t-shirt or a patch. Support the channel. Thank you so much for everyone who has supported. Thank you so much for watching. And y'all already know I love it when things work, but I love y'all for life. Peace.